Yo, what's going on, people? This is the dude, Intergalactic Brew, coming at you once again live, direct, and always in effect. And I'm here to do another video. But this time, I'm going to talk about this wrestling weekend, WrestleMania weekend, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're going to be doing in this video today. I'm going to recap the whole weekend from my eyes, my point of view, and I hope everybody likes it. And I hope the comments that you give me, whether it be constructive, negative, or positive, I hope that your comments will be insightful, because that's what I'm going to do in recapping this wrestling weekend that just transpired. It's going to be very insightful. Okay, so let's get to Saturday. Saturday, as you all know, Ring of Honor came to Atlanta, center stage. The name of it was an I pay-per-view that they had, and it was called Honor Takes Center Stage, as most of you know. Or for some that don't know, now you know. I really didn't know what to expect going into that event. Like I said in my previous video, I heard a lot of rumors and a lot of good things about ROH. And I heard that, they were the hottest unknown wrestling company around. And, I was just going in there with an open mind. And let whatever happen, happen. But it actually turns out that I loved it, man. I really loved the matches from top to bottom. It really reminded me of the wrestling that I was used to seeing. Back, I know this is an old cliche, but back in the good old days, the early to late 90s, when WCW and WWE and ECW were all coming along, and they were having the big Monday Night War or whatever. But more so than that, I loved the whole vibe and the whole spirit and enthusiasm of the ROH audience. That's what really got me settled in to the whole thing itself. Because you don't find many crowds anymore that are completely into every match. I'm talking about that crowd was amped up for every single match. And that's the type of feeling that I used to get when I used to watch either Monday Night Raw, Nitro, ECW on TNN, whatever. The crowds would always be into it. And you don't find that nowadays. Because the WWE has took this approach to where they want to water everything down and make everything, fan friendly and PG, and, cater to the younger audiences or whatnot. And then you got TNA, who's pretty much doing the same thing, but except with TNA, it's like the storylines don't match the quality of the wrestling. That's where TNA really has like a huge gap in their road to success. And then on top of that, TNA is not pushing the right talent. That I can say the same thing for WWE. So they're like one and the same. But ROH though, ROH, man, they have got some promising talent in that organization, especially from what I saw on Saturday. I mean, really, it seems like nowadays that the independent wrestling scene is where all of the talent is. It's sort of like a sacred it's like a sacred temple. You know how you see in some of those movies, like where they have like the hidden temples, where like all the treasure and all the money and or whatever that special thing is that somebody's looking for, they always have to go to the sacred temple or some sacred facility to find it. That's basically what the independent wrestling scene is now. More specifically, ROH. You know, those guys that I saw wrestle on Saturday, man, I'm just like, man, you know, it's a shame that they're only exclusive to a certain fan base, you know, or in a certain area. You know, the talent that ROH has, man, these guys need to branch out and be seen worldwide. Because I guarantee you, if the casual wrestling audience, which is basically the wrestling audience of today, the new school wrestling audience, if they got a glimpse at half of these guys that wrestle in ROH now, they would be completely blown away. Like, just completely in awe of these guys. And I'm going to tell you why. Number one, you know, unlike WWE and TNA, ROH is not staged. Well, I mean, it is staged, but it's staged with a twist. Like, when you see a guy throw a chop or throw a punch or an elbow, they can get a little physical. They can get kind of stiff, you know. Unlike WWE, where you kind of have to, you know, watch that, and you can't be as stiff as you would like to be, you know, because it's PG and, you know, you don't want to do anything that is going to scare away the minority demographic. But ROH, man, these guys just go and let it all hang out. I mean, you know, they just get real nasty and, like I said, physical and stiff, you know, and it's fast-paced action. You know, there are not any squash matches. I don't even think I saw one squash match on that card, even if there was supposed to be a squash match. Like, I'd probably say the shortest match was probably maybe like 5 minutes. And it was still good within those 5 minutes, you know. But, you know, it was just awesome, you know. Completely awesome. It was my first live wrestling match that I've been to in about 10 years. The last live wrestling match that I went to was a WCW Monday Nitro back in 1999 at Phillips Arena. That's the last that's the last live wrestling event, I should say, that I've been to. But ROH, though, top notch, man. Top notch. I encourage any one of you fans, and I'm a fan of TNA. You know, I am. I will admit that. But I've also am slowly but surely becoming a fan of Ring of Honor as well. And I encourage anybody. I mean, you know, if you watch WWE, if you watch TNA, it's all good. You like what you like. But I encourage you, just take a little bit out of your time. When WWE is not on, take a little bit out of your time to go to GoFightLive.com and watch just maybe one ROH match. And I guarantee you, you will be thoroughly thrilled. I mean, and they've got, it's almost like they've got everything that you want. If you want that cruiserweight, high risk type of wrestling, they got that. If you want that smash mouth, hardcore style, they've got that. If you want, the animated comic relief, entertaining wrestling style, they've got that. If you want, good technical finesse wrestling, they've got that. And even, with the women, wow, the women, they're good too. The women are very, very good. And the thing that makes them so good is because with ROH, their women wrestlers, they're not in a label. They're not in a box. They come from all over. It's a different combination of different things. You've got, Japanese, you've got American, you've got Mexican, whatever. It's just a whole combination. And these chicks, some of them look good, some of them don't look as good. But the bottom line is, they wrestle. They're not coming out there to be cute, even if they are cute. Even if they're like the baddest chick in the ring. I'm talking about physical looks. If they're the baddest chick in the ring, you would never know it, because they take just as hard bumps as anybody else. They take hard bumps like anybody else. Everybody in ROH, goes the distance. They push themselves to the limit. And that's what I like, And unlike, WWE and TNA, it's not like a one-sided match. It's not obvious. It's a good old-fashioned, close, near fall, back and forth, toe-to-toe type action. That's what it is. And that's what wrestling is missing. Wrestling is missing that equal toe-to-toe, too close to call, unpredictable type wrestling. That's what today's modern day wrestling is missing. But there is a cure. There is an answer. And it's called ROH. ROH is the last breed of what we grew up on as wrestling fans. They are the last breed. So I guarantee you, while they're here, you better watch them. You better take advantage of this. Because who knows when we'll ever get another wrestling organization like this. Who knows? But while they're here, let's take advantage and cherish them. Let's take advantage. Because they got it going on. They really do. And, hopefully one day they can land a TV deal and we could see this, on a more regular basis instead of just rare or every once in a while. Let's make this a permanent thing. Let's help ROH get on national television and get these people the rightful exposure that they deserve. Because I'm telling you, man, it's there. They've got it. They've got everything it takes to be a top wrestling company today. Guaranteed. They got everything it takes to be in the mainstream. Bottom line. But I just wanted to let y'all know about that. It was awesome. I got a chance to meet Jim Cornette, who is one of the most genuine, down-to-earth guys you'll ever meet. The fans there were friendly. They were great. They were passionate. I loved it, man. I look forward to going to another ROH event. If it comes back to Atlanta, I'm there. I want to thank my buddy Kurt for putting me on ROH. And, yeah.